Hello and welcome one and all. Today I'm covering a request to extract data from SQL Server and load it to BigQuery in Google Cloud using Airflow. We covered how to automate ETL with Python using Airflow in this video here. I will leave the link for it in the description below. We will borrow the code from this video and make it compatible with BigQuery. Let's go over the workflow first. We have an on-prem SQL Server. Frankly, it might as well be on cloud on Azure, but I have an on-prem SQL Server instance running AdventureWorks database. I have covered the SQL Server install and database restore in this video here, in case you want to set it up. We will read data from this database using Python into a data frame, and our Python script is triggered by a DAG running in Airflow. Then we write this data frame to BigQuery using Python. Let's go over the Airflow DAG first. I have lifted this code from the previous session, so if you have followed the previous session, then the code will look familiar to you. We import our libraries at the top. We have included an additional library, service account from Google to authenticate against BigQuery using Google Cloud's service account. And another important library is MSQL hook. We will use this to query SQL Server. The SQL Server connection is defined under admin connections in Airflow. We will use the hook to call this connection. We define our DAG's detail, for example, when this DAG will run on schedule, tag, and so on. Under the DAG, we define a function. This function will have two tasks. In the first task, SQL_extract, we get hold of SQL Server's connection with the help of the hook. Here we are getting the table names from the system schema in SQL Server and saving them into a data frame. Just to clarify, this data frame contains the table names. It does not contain data. I have received few questions on the previous session, so clarifying this point here. We can process one or many tables. In this case, I'm only processing one table. We can define one DAG per table, or we can process many tables in a single DAG. Here I am processing a single table. This task returns the table name as a dictionary. In the second task, GCP_load, we define credentials to Google Cloud with the help of service account. We get the credentials from a JSON file, and don't worry, I'll show you how to generate this file along with service account in Google Cloud. And we want to make sure that this file is on the system where Airflow is running. My Airflow instance is running on a Docker container, so I have copied this file in the container here. So this is the file location, this is the base directory, and this is the file name. Let's define few more variables with Google Cloud's information. Next, we need the project ID of Google account, so we'll define a variable for it. And also we need the dataset name, so we'll define a variable for that as well. Now we loop through the dictionary of table names that we received from the first task. We get the table name from the value and develop a SQL query with table names with fstring. We get a hold of the SQL Server connection with the hook and read the data from SQL Server into a data frame. We print the table name and how many rows we are processing from it. And then we persist this data to BigQuery with the help of to_gbq, that stands for Google BigQuery. This function requires few parameters such as destination table, and this will be dataset name, which is AdventureWorks, dot table name, which we build with the help of fstring. We append src in front of the table name, which in this case is dim sales territory. Then we supply the project ID and the credentials. So it can locate our account on Google Cloud, and it has permission to persist data under this account. And last, if the table exists, then we replace it. So this is a truncate and load scenario. We call our first task and save the return value in the variable, and we call the second task and pass it the return value from the first. Finally, we call the DAG function. Okay, our DAG is complete. Let me go ahead and fix the indent in the second function. We have two tabs, so I'll just move one and keep one tab, and I'll go ahead and save the DAG. Let's move on to Google Cloud. Make sure to sign up for an account. You can sign up for a free tier account to get familiar with Google's cloud offering. This gives you access to BigQuery and the storage layer. I am logged into my account and I have BigQuery opened. You can search for services in the search bar in the middle. On the cloud, we need to create few resources. First is the dataset, so we can create tables under the dataset. Once we launch BigQuery, we will see our project under the Explorer. Initially, it will be empty. We can click on the ellipses, the three dots next to the project, to create a dataset. We will give this dataset a name. Make a note of this as we will need this for our script. And we will need to select a location for it. I'll go ahead and select the US multiple region. Let's click the Create button to create this dataset. We can reference this dataset in our code and we can create tables under it. Above the dataset is our project ID, but we can confirm this under project settings. To get to the project detail, we can click on the ellipses on the top right and click project settings. This will display the project detail. Let's make a note of the project ID as we'll need this for our script. The third resource we need is a service account. Let's head to the main menu and let's navigate to IAM and admin. And we will select service accounts. I already have an account, but let's go ahead and create a new service account. Give this account a name. Google automatically assigns it an ID. And let's go ahead and provide a description to this account as well. We will click Create and Continue. On the next page, we will grant permission to this account. Since we are mainly focused on BigQuery, we will assign BigQuery permissions to it. We can search for roles and add them to this account. So we will add the following roles: BigQuery admin, BigQuery connection user, BigQuery data editor, BigQuery connection admin. So we have assigned these roles to this service account. Once we have assigned permission, let's click Continue and Done. The service account is created. At the moment, there are no keys associated with this account. We'll go ahead and generate keys. This will give us a JSON file with credentials needed to connect to our Google Cloud account. So we will click on the drop-down under Actions and select Manage Keys. On this page, click the drop-down under Add Keys and select Create New Keys. This will generate keys in a JSON format. The keys are automatically downloaded onto our machine in a JSON format. We want to make sure to keep this confidential as it has your Google account's credentials. We can copy this file to our Airflow instance or wherever we're writing our Python script. Our script will need access to this file in order to connect to Google account services. Now we are ready to load the data into BigQuery. Let's navigate to Airflow Web Server, and this is our DAG, and it has two tasks. First task gets the table from the SQL Server, and the second one reads and loads the data into BigQuery. Let's go ahead and trigger the DAG. Our DAG is executing. It is extracting the table information from SQL Server, and our first task is done. Now it is reading the data and loading it into the BigQuery database. We can click on a task and view the logs for it. Our DAG is complete, so let's go ahead and review the logs. Our DAG is initiated, the extract and load function is called here, and we can see that we have initiated the SQL Server connection and read 11 rows from dim sales territory table. We have successfully loaded this data to BigQuery. Let's navigate to BigQuery and refresh our browser to see if the table appears in our dataset. Once the page loads, we'll expand the dataset. Okay, we have a new src underscore dim sales territory table in our dataset. Let's go ahead and query this table. We'll select all columns from this table and execute this query. It'll take a few seconds and our query returns data. We have successfully loaded on-premise SQL Server data to Google BigQuery database. We can process multiple tables in one DAG, or we can build a DAG per table to process data from a source to destination. One more suggestion, we can load the data to a bucket in the storage layer. So if any other service or process need this data, they can access it from the bucket, and using this bucket, we can load the data to BigQuery. This is all for now. I hope you enjoyed the session. Like, share, and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.